Start with the name of Allah, who is the most merciful and the most compassionate. How are you guys? I hope you are feeling well and you are good. And I hope you are understand in my previous lecture. Now we are going to teach in my second part of in verb. If you have any questions in my previous lecture, you can to ask in my comment sections. Okay, guys. Now I want to teach function of verb. What does that mean? And a function of verb? A verb can have six different function or usages inside of the sentence. In a simple word, we can say that there are six different reasons for what a verb in is used. It's meant they have six different function of usages. When we use in a verb, they have six different usages, but they have some many six different reasons in the verb used. Not it is It is not necessary that a verb must have all those six functions at the same time. It's different situation. It can have different function. What does this mean in just a necessary? Like in necessary that a verb must be have those six function same time and different situation have different functions. What was the different function at different forms? They have different things, but unfortunately have to see what was the thing. You have to see my in screens. We have to look my screen word. Word that have six things, but four is an important. Verb actions, verb stat, verb tense, verb for sentence, and different manner and order. It's necessary about like my first we use verb to show action, and a verb we can be used in action or stat. An action is an activity that needs to have a physical activity of someone or something. Verb we can be to use or in a practical or physical things. That they can be to show action or state. ये शो भी करता है हमारे साथ हालात भी एंड एक्शन भी. जो आप कोई एक्शन कर रहे हो ना वो कोई चीज आप अपने लिखाई कर रहे हो ये एक एक्शन है या नहीं. आप जब लिखाई कर रहे हो तो ये एक्शन है ना. जब आप एक चीज एक जगह पर रखते हो तो वो वह की हालात में स्टेट होता है नहीं वो उसी हालात में होता है या नहीं. लेट्स कॉल बी शो इन एक्शन और स्टेट and stances for a time and for sentence making a sentence and you have to make it in a word that can be stand without word that can be stands a sentence and different manner and different orders. We can show an action an activity that needs in a physical activity someone or something. For examples that have I need two examples and I want to show in very define that teach English. That teach English. What was the in which of the sentence or middle of the sentence you have to see in teach. Teach is a verb. What? Teach is a verb that is action. टीचर क्या करता है वो घूमता है वो सिखाता है वो बोलता है वो एक जगह पर नहीं रुकता. That's called be said actions. That's why that teacher that teach English वो पढ़ाता है English. That's because we change about different things in offer we that we can't be resolution about now habitual reactions that teach English, but unfortunately, Elias broken the door for my house. Look it is also action because he was knocked the door, but broke the door. It is also to sum it like that. teach and broken. It is the action like that. वो एक हालात में नहीं होता, वो एक्शन में होता है। वो अपनी आपको अपनी बॉडी को फिजिकली की तौर पर घुमाता है। That we call be said actions. That's in a word which is very important in grammatical sections. If you want to make an example, if you want to make an examples, that time verb is in a very important because without verb we didn't stand to any sentence, and any sentence that has not clarified or does not have give a meaning without verb. So in a second usages we have to use a show stat. Stat is also situation that does not need to have any physical activity of someone or something. I also remember, if you noted in my previous lecture, I want to thanks that was the action maybe because she teach English. That's called English. But unfortunately, in this second usages, we have to seen in my screen. They have to show a stat because if you want to something or somebody, we have to tell you are looking beautiful. That's a state because वो एक जगह पर होता है, वो उस हालात में होता है, अब इसलिए उसको कह रहे हो। Just be we can't be to stand because we have to not recognize about some things, but we want to use in action because those activity in your body can be do some in a physical action. What when a body can be used in a physical action, that time we can be to use. It's not been recognized because in a stat they have not important in a physical activity, but we have to see in a stat halat. What an a pashto and a urdu mean halat, वो जिस हालात में होता है उसको हम stat बोलते हैं. Looking the example our definition you have to see, we use a verb that showed stat. Status situation does not need it to have any physical activity of someone or something. They like English. They like English. Ilyas has a very good car. उसके साथ बहुत अच्छी गाड़ी है, लेकिन हालात में है ना, एक्शन में तो नहीं, बिकॉज अगर हम इसको एक्शन में कन्वर्ट करना चाहते हैं ना, तो इलियास हैज a good driver. What? Ilyas has a good drive because you want to driver. You want to drive. It's not said because it is action. But in this case, we have to in each of the sentence in blue icon in blue brackets. You have to see Ilyas has a very good car. In action, we have to see like has. What like has it is stat. What it is stat. It is stat. Like and has. It is always have to see an stat. Okay, guys? In second, in third part, we have to see both. What? Both. We have to use both. Also, we use verb to show the tense of action or state. They have to both of the use because they have in this sentence we have two different things, different tenses, different action, different state we can to be uses. How they are perfective about like that tenses. Look at the usages of in a third part. हम इसको और इसमें यूज करें तीनों को. हमने तो दो पिछले स्ट्रक्चर में पढ़ा, लेकिन हमें ये नहीं पता कि हम दो तो पढ़े लेकिन तीन तो हमने नहीं पढ़ा, लेकिन तीन हमने इसमें शामिल किया है. We are to imagine to like in this third case, but you have to understand, easily understand, because if it is important about have present continuous tense or present perfect, that's why we have to collect it in these tenses. And examples we have to see: they, what, they have learned English. What was in the beach of the middle of the sentence? We have and learned. Have is used in a perfect, all perfect tenses. Have, had, past perfect. Have, we want to, we will be learned in likes of a sentence in the word in the previous always structures. But it's very important to you have to learn easily. Examples: they have learned English. Have learned, it is both, they are present perfect. But in the second example, Ilyas is speaking a very good car. Ilyas is speak a very good car. Is and speak. What does this mean in this sentence? We have to see and clarify, because I want to make a chart if you all want to easily understand. If you are looking crowd, it's very important. मैंने इसलिए ये चार्ट बनाया है क्योंकि आप इजीली आप इसको देख सके, आप इजीली इसको अंडरस्टैंड करो. Yes, this is a speaking or speaking a very good car. Is and speaking, it is also we have to previous continuous. Is a or it is always used in a continuous. Present continuous. Okay, guys? So those are tenses, state, and actions. But in the fourth, we have but converted the sentence in a positive and to negative and to negative. We also studied in my previous lecture positive into negative sentence. But now we have to seen it. We use verb to convert the form of sentence from positive and the negative or into negative. Look at also how we can to convert a positive negative into negative. That is very important. Before in a sentence we have to learn, always we have to seen it, how we can be to make in a questions, make in a positive regulations. In a fourth of the options, we have to see and a different actions like we use our word to convert the form of the sentence at a positive, that negative, and into negative. An example, say have you have to look at in a tree is one sentence. It's always we have to refer. What does it mean? हमने इसमें कन्वर्ट करने की बहुत कोशिश की है, लेकिन समझ नहीं आ रही है. मैं इसमें आपको 3 एग्जाम्पल स्ट्रक्चर में दिए गए हैं, लेकिन आप इसको समझने करने की कोशिश करें. In examples that she studies English, because in this sentence this is always positive. She studies English, it's a positive. But in a negative, how we can make in a negative, how we can be to change this sentence in negative, we also have to see to my screen, have easily understand. Does she study English? It's what? It's a questions. It's a questions, okay? How we can to convert this positive sentence into questions? Does she study English? It is interrogative. What is it interrogative means? Interrogative meaning a question sentence. But we have to we in this sentence in this interrogative sentence we can to convert in a negative sentence. She does not study English, but what have to refer in a blue bracket in a blue bracket you have to see what I'm writing into my charts in my structure into negative. In look at in three sentence it is very important. In a positive sentence she studies English. In a negative sentence does she study English? क्या वो इंग्लिश पढ़ रही है? And she does not study English. वो नहीं पढ़ती इंग्लिश को. That's called bits very easily understand. Okay. Now we have number 5 usages. Look it. We use a word to show different manner of speaker like ability or possibility, permissions, obligation, polite, request, advisability, and etc. In a second usages, they have in a speaker, they have to ability, possibility, permissions, obligation, polite request, advisability. They can be to us be to use in a six different times of usages. I want to make up in examples we have to easily understand because I want to make charts we have to write in a red color and blue bracket. She can attend the class. She can attend the class. She can attend a class because can is used in ability. Can is show ability. What? Because I want to measure in I want to measure about can because if you are understand easily. Can is show ability and she must attend a class because it is obligation. She must attend the class. वो मजबूरी से ये क्लास पढ़ रही है. Must जब हम यूज कर रहे हैं ना तो हम उसको obligation कि उसकी जो मजबूरी है कि ये पढ़ रही है. She must attend the class. We have to clarify in our different things. She must attend a class. It's the must we have to show obligation. She should attend a class. It advisability. Advisability. And she may attend the class. It is possibility. In a blue packet and in red packet, we have to must be easily understand in this McAfee examples. If you want to example easily and write to my comment section, we have to must be understand in a verb. If you understand in a verb easily, we have to no problem in all of grammatical structures. What? In every grammatical structure, they have no problem. But unfortunately, they have some understand it. We have to read it. If somebody can be to want in a PDF proof, I want to share and to contact with me. Number second, 6 uses we use a verb in imperative sentence from for a door. For what? Order. Door order, what is the difference between things of others? Because in a sentence, we have already usages examples. Open the door. It is imperative. जब हम किसी चीज को डायरेक्ट ऑर्डर ही करते हैं ना तो उसको हम imperative कहते हैं. when we want to set indirectly to give the order. Directly when we want to give the orders, this time is in this sentence we can show imperative sentence. Okay, guys? If you have to any questions like in this structure, we can to ask in my comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day. Best of luck and to subscribe to my channel.